Tell us.
Can I go to the loo now?
Of course, I'll take you.
They told me that the witness to the murder would be brought from the hospital, and I was expected then to see her and find out what had gone on, and that was Tracy Andrews.
Well, we were on our way back from the pub, the Marlbrook in Bromsgrove. That was, I don't know, about 10 o'clock. We just turned into School Lane, which goes from Bromsgrove back towards my house. Suddenly there was this honk on the horn from the car behind us.
Piss off, you tosser.
For me?
It's not me, is it?
Is it one of your mates?
Then I realised that the car behind us was following us, and Lee was in a right cop with him, speeding up and deliberately slowing down. We got to Cooper's, and Lee said,
Right, I've had enough of this.
the driver got out.
Lee? What are you doing?
He was young, 18 to 19, with dark, short hair. And I shouted to Lee, "God's sake, Lee, get back in the car!" Then the passenger got out of the car. He was older, fatter, and he had big, staring eyes. He was calling Lee a wacky bastard. And then he started hitting me in the face. I got out of the car, and he smacked me in the face. I heard the driver shout, "The fat man then got back in the car and they drove off.
Lee? Lee? You alright, man?
I was checking for Lee's pulse, but I couldn't find it, and I couldn't hear him breathing.
Lee? Lee? Lee, speak to me.
I didn't have to draw a tremendous amount of detail from her because she seemed to know what had happened, how it had happened, where it had happened.
It wasn't a story that immediately sort of jumped out as saying, well, this couldn't have happened. I mean, everything said, there's a likelihood that this could have happened.
I was in bed asleep. There was a knock on the door. They asked us.
Pause. By his own admission, he just admitted to the fact that it didn't happen that way. It was a made-up story. Therefore, Tracy Andrews is a killer. And I bet you $100 she is a killer.
If we was Mr. and Mrs. Harvey.
I bet $100 she's a killer. Because by his own admission, he just admitted it.
An accident,
Just
they
admitted
said,
it by his own admission.
but it had been some sort of road rage.
I feel like I missed the spot right there.
And somebody had stabbed my son, and he was dead. I just knew she'd done it. I just knew. My mum sort of calmed me down, was saying, look, she's been attacked as well, and she hasn't done it.
The attack happened on a country lane near Old Church in Worcestershire. Lee Harvey died from multiple stab wounds as his girlfriend, a passenger, tried to comfort him. The unemployed bus driver was murdered after a road rage confrontation.
Yes, you could call it road rage. Obviously, to us, it's murder.
Well, all she kept saying at the hospital was, please tell me where Lee is. Is he all right? Where is Lee? Is he all right? How is Lee? Is he all right? That's all she kept saying.
West Mercia Police are today holding a press conference to appeal for witnesses to a suspected road rage murder.
Why I put that press conference out in the manner I did was to get witnesses who'd seen either Lee and Tracy's car that night, and as possibly could have been the black car in association with it.
The police were telling us that Tracy Andrews was going to appear in person, and also Lee's parents. So it was a big story, and we knew that the survivor and the main witness was going to be there telling us what happened.
They asked us if we'd like to sit with her, because at first it was just going to be Tracy Andrews, and they said, would you like to go in? We didn't really want to, but we felt if we could bring any sort of witnesses forward, It was a way of doing it.
Once the camera started rolling, she pretty much got into it and seemed to have a hell of a lot to say, you know, for somebody who was supposed to be very upset and in shock.
The driver walked off. It's nothing to do with the driver.
And I held her hand because I wanted to believe her.
I asked the question. So Tracy.
The second time they just admitted that she's a serial killer, I wanted to believe her. I held her hand because I wanted to believe her. That's the second fucking time they've admitted. Like, damn, this nigga's just dumb as hell. Like, you have some better writers or scripters or some shit, because they give you away the ending for
Seemingly left
fucking
about
starts.
10:30.
Kind of bullshit as hell.
She said no.
About what time did you leave?
Well, we left about 10 to 10. Something like that, I'd say.
Yeah.
I didn't really look at my watch. I don't really know what time I left.
That's 10 to 10, not 10 to 11.
No, about 10 to 10.
The account she gave to us did not correspond at all with what we'd been given and led to believe by the police.
There was an impact, yeah, and there was a little sort of moment. And I think I did sort of step in after a while and sort of say,
we're perhaps getting into a bit too much detail that we don't actually want to go into quite at the moment.
Either the police had misled us, or the police had been misled.
I felt it before. I can't remember if I was knocked out for a bit or what, I don't know.
How can you sit and hold the hand of the mother of the guy that you've just murdered? I wanted to believe that Lee had died by somebody else had killed him, not by the hands of his lover. She deserved an Oscar for her performance on that appeal.
everybody always says, oh, yeah, well, you know, the police must have known this, must have known the other. No, I mean, there was no immediate thing saying, this has got to have been done by Tracy at all. I got what I hoped to get. I got it slightly a different way round to what I thought may first come round, but I got the sighting of Lee and Tracy's vehicle that there was to get.
Tracy went upstairs to have a sleep because she hadn't slept for days and days and days, and I said, let her go and have a sleep.
I went mid-morning. Her family were a little bit concerned that she'd been over to her flat on her own, which was only a short walk from the family home, and